Hi guys, it's me, Muriel, and today I'm going to do a little recipe for you guys, especially for those of you that were learning about the kitchen vocabulary and cooking vocab before school let out. So today I'm going to make a banana bread because this is a recipe I've done a bunch of times before and it's very yummy and super easy. So this is a recipe that we call vegan, and it's the same word in Spanish, or almost the same, vegano, and that means it doesn't have any animal products in it. So there are no eggs or dairy in this banana bread. And so yeah, let's get started. So what you need is flour, vanilla, sugar, a loaf pan like this, bananas, of course, and then baking soda, baking powder, and oil. And so I'm going to go through the steps, and we're going to start by preheating our oven to 177, and that's Celsius. In Fahrenheit, it would be 350. Okay, so we've got our bananas. They should be pretty ripe. You can see they're very brown so that they're soft. And we're going to peel the bananas. And place them in our bowl. So I'm using 3 ripe bananas. The recipe says 3 to 4, depending on how big they are. So we've got 3 bananas. And now we're going to take a fork and we're going to mash them. Mash the bananas up. So I'm just taking the fork and breaking the banana up because we're going to mix it with all the other ingredients. So we need it to be all like a puree. To add the oil, I'm using coconut oil here, this, but in the past I've used olive oil and it works just as well. So we're doing a third cup of oil, and this is the coconut oil melted, so I had to heat it up first. And I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil because we weren't quite at a third a cup. And the oil works similarly to the way an egg would in the recipe. So we're gonna mix that, stir it up a bit. And we're also gonna add some vanilla extract. And it calls for a tablespoon of this vanilla extract. So I'm just putting it in the spoon and adding that in there. And then stirring, a lot of stirring to get this batter where we want. So once the oil is mixed in there with the banana, we're going to add our flour. So I'm going to use wheat and whole wheat. You can use just one or the other. It's going to be a cup and then 3/4 a cup. So 1 3/4 cup flour. So I'm just going to scoop a cup of our regular white flour in there. And kind of shake it to get the full cup. And you can use a spoon to sort of pat it down. So there's a cup of flour, and then 3/4. So this is 1/4. So I'm gonna do 3 of these. And I'm gonna take some sugar. I'm using brown sugar, but you can use white as well. And it's going to be 1/3 cup. So 1/3. I had some already measured out here. So we're gonna pour that in. And then add a little bit more to fill the 1/3 cup. 1/3 cup of sugar. Scrape that in. And then some milk.
So the mixing is probably the hardest part. You can probably get your parents to help you out if you're going to make this at home. Everything mixed up in there.
And we're also going to add some baking powder and baking soda. So we're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. So I'm just taking a regular spoon and do a little bit baking soda, and then about the same amount. Measure it and get that in there. And it also calls for some milk, in this case soy milk or almond milk to keep it vegan. So I'm going to add my salt, just a little bit in there. And I'm also going to add walnuts to mine. So I like adding the nuts in there. So I'm going to crush the nuts a little bit. And then pour those in there. And I also like adding cinnamon to my banana bread. So I'm gonna pour some cinnamon in there, just a sprinkle. And then stir it up some more. And I'm gonna add a bit of soy milk from the fridge since it's getting a bit difficult to stir. So it's gonna be 1/4 cup just to thin it out a bit so it makes it easier to get in the pan. So let's mix the milk in there. You should have a batter like this. Let's taste it. Tasting good. So the last thing to do is I'm going to take my pan and I'm going to add a little bit of oil in the pan. Pour some oil in there and spread it around. Greasing the pan keeps whatever you're baking from sticking. So it makes it easy to get out. And then we're going to take the batter and we're going to pour that in here. Just spoon it out into your pan and then spread it out. Scoop, scoop, scoop all the batter up. And you want it to be, again, even in the pan. So spreading it to make sure that we get an even banana bread in the pan. Spreading it out to all the sides. It's going to be pretty sticky. So once you've got it in the pan, if your oven is ready and hot, we're going to open the oven. And it takes about 50 minutes or almost an hour to cook. So we're going to put a timer on and come back and see if it's done in an hour. So this is the finished product after about an hour of baking. And you can see I got very eager and already tried it. And it is delicious. So I hope you guys will try and make some banana bread and that this refreshed your cooking vocab in English. And yeah, I look forward to hearing your thoughts and hearing from you guys again soon. Bye-bye.